Grease 2. Now, Grease 2 takes place about 2 years after Sandy and Danny and Sandy have graduated, and their Frenchie makes an appearance. So does Miss McGee and Blanche and Sid Caesar's character. And there was another teacher in the first one who appears in the dance scene that plays a whole different character, Mr. Aries, who's like had a nervous breakdown, and he has a nervous breakdown on the first day of school when a woman finds a frog on her desk as she's sleeping and screams, and he just falls there. There's Mr. Stewart, who is involved in a number called Reproduction, which is to mirror Summer Nights, guys on one side, girls on the other, and they kind of mock each other and imitate each other in regard to sex and what the other does, which I find that to be pretty funny because it's quite true. So in the first one, it was Sandy trying to get the attention of Danny because now she finds out that Danny's the bad boy. In this one, a milquetoast boy is trying to get the attention of Stephanie Zanoni, Michelle Pfeiffer, whose performance in the film was usually highlighted as the only good thing about the film. The numbers are kind of strung together, I will say that, but even though they're strung together, Score Tonight is one of my favorite ones. But then again, the problem with the leader of the T-Birds, is I can't possibly believe he is the leader of the T-Birds. That's the biggest thing there. Like, he's no Danny, but then again, this is Grease 2, and they're supposed to kind of mirror some of that. Johnny Nagarelli, the character of him, honestly, I think he just has a short complex, and he was just able to muscle his way to be the leader of the T-Birds. That's how I feel. But then again, Stephanie Zanoni is Johnny's girl, and then Paulette, he has eyes for Paulette too. So that's where this cool writer comes in, the milquetoast Maxwell Caulfield, who is gorgeous in the film, and I'm pretty sure, I wonder how gorgeous he is now, but I digress. Simply, it's this time the roles are reversed. The boy's trying to get the girl. Stephanie Zanoni wants a cool writer, which talks about what kind of guy she wants. She wants hell on wheels, with she wants a devil in skin tight leather, and she wants that kind of person. And Maxwell Caulfield's character of, what is his name? Michael, personifies that character. And his first revelation as the cool writer is, who's that guy? And then Stephanie Zanoni is blown out of her socks. And there's another one. There's another scene when they go on a midnight ride, and that's Cool Rider replays, but it's she's at her job, and Cool Rider comes and takes her away. Now, what happens later on is Johnny Nagarelli and the other T-Birds chase him, and he goes over a cliff or whatever. And then that's when Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time comes in. She lost him, and it's so unfair. But love will turn back the hands of time. But it's a really cool number, though. I gotta say, I really love that. That happens during Girl for All Seasons, and which is another nice number. But it definitely, Girl for All Seasons leads into Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time. And basically, that kind of shows us that, she thinks he's dead or whatever. Apparently he's not, because that's just not a way to end a good romantic comedy. And at the luau that ends the year, as the dance did in Grease 1, Scorpion, Craterface, the guy they call Craterface from the first one, he comes and they interrupt the luau and everything, and then the cool rider comes again and saves the day. They find out it's Michael. This is a spoiler. I'll definitely write that there's spoilers for this, unless more than likely you've seen it or at least heard about it. But they find out who each other is and whatever, and that's when We'll Be Together comes in, and they graduate. And then Back to School, after We'll Be Together, Back to School cuts out the credits. But Grease 2 is I really enjoyed Grease 2. It had something that the first one didn't for me. And And for some reason, I don't know, like the energy of Grease 1 was there. Yes, I will say that. But even though songs were strung together, they had their charm to me. Like the first one, Back to School, I enjoyed that one. Reproduction is one of the best numbers in the whole thing because I don't know, like I said, it was Summer Nights all over again, but it's just something other about it, you know. It's something that they may not have been able to get away with in the first one. Well, although they did throw a lot of sexual undertones in there and overt ones too, but I don't know, like the second one really has something to it that kind of would redeem it if it weren't Grease. But since it was connected to Grease, that's why I think it was so universally panned. It still would have been, I think it still would have been panned anyway, but it wouldn't have had the high expectation had it not been connected with Grease. I've always maintained that because that's, you know, it's Grease. It's Grease, and it's supposed to be better, or, you know, as good as the first one. But sometimes you just can't strike gold in Hollywood. So those are my thoughts on Grease 2. Hope you enjoy.